No bird thing, nigga.
Alright, Neka, so I know it's been like 10 months since our last interview. Tell the people what's been happening, it's new and exciting since the last interview we did. Anything changed? Any progression?
Well, since the last interview, I've been expanding the brand and also expanding to the community. The first event I did that was sponsored by Rebranding LLC was the Give Back concert that was in April, and basically I had a few of hip-hop artists in Richmond that donated about 500 pounds of clothes and food to the community, and they also got to perform at the top. And then after that, about 5 months, 6 months later, I did 2 Stop the Violence event in Blackwell on Stockton Street, 13 Stockton Street, where basically, again, I had about 10 to 15 acts come out and perform, and also we did vendors and we had speakers as well talking about the violence and how ways we can come together in the community. And also the blog has been, well, since we had over about 8,000 views this month on the blog, and it's just continuing to grow. And I'm also expanding my blogging to outside blogs of Virginia as well, just to give some of the artists an outside approach, just not in Virginia, but DC, Philly, and North Carolina. So I'm writing for a few blogs in DC, Philly, and North Carolina, but I'm still keeping it in Rebranding LLC, but I'm just branding myself and other artists that I'm working with as well.
Okay, so I'm guessing you probably was an English major, right? I do pretty good on the videos, but as far as writing and blogging, you know, I jot some stuff down and I keep it moving.
Well, blogging is, I love writing, I love reading, but it's kind of a challenge with me because I also struggle with dyslexia.
Okay.
So I have a few people that will read over before I submit, and for the outside blogs, everyone has an editor and they will read over and make sure everything is, you know, correct. But right now I'm currently enrolled for business management at John Tyler. But English was my favorite subject, but sometimes I still struggle with like certain words, and I will misspell something because it's like 1,000 of letters going in my head when I'm reading, and sometimes I will read faster, or it's hard to, you know, explain like what's going on. I'm reading and writing to certain people, but when people catch it, they think it's like funny, or like it's weird that I can misspell a certain word, or I can read something backwards or read something faster because of like how I'm struggling with writing and dyslexia as well. So it's kind of a challenge, but it's actually helping me that I'm writing more than I usually write, to you know, write about other people and then interview people and jot it down and go back and rewrite as well. So well, I definitely want to get into some of the events that you talked about, but while we on this subject, one thing I do want to ask you, like when you do like write out these interviews and write up for artists and different people, like is there ever an instant where they say, okay, I like it, but can you change this sentence, or don't say that like that, say it like this? Like, do they ever try to dictate how you put it out there to the world? Yes, I get that a lot. The one thing is, sometimes with some of the creative names of the artists, I will misspell their names. And sometimes I always add my opinion to their music if it's a song that I don't like. Usually sometimes I do a review. I haven't did an album review recently, but the last one I did was I did one on the artist Wells. I love his album. I always do a song I like and a song I dislike. I had one artist, not Wells, but another artist, he didn't want me to write the dislike portion of the article, and I was like, that's what comes with the article, because I can't be like, I like your whole album when it's 2 or 3 songs on there. I really, to me, I always said my personal opinion, I didn't like this song.
You sound like you're being fake.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, oh, it's an awesome album and like track 4 I didn't like. So I always say that, but someone else may like it, but personally I didn't like it because it probably was a beat, or I just didn't like the way the song went, and not go in detail why or what I would have changed to make the song better, if it was the quality, the production, or just the meaning behind the song.
Okay. And then they gotta understand too, it's all opinion, you know. Not everybody's gonna like every song that you do. Not everybody's gonna like every interview. Not everybody's gonna like every video. You know, you gotta take it with the game, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people gonna critique it and you're not gonna always agree, but at least you being honest. They gotta respect your honesty, most importantly.
Because if you can't get honesty at the level like that you are, when you get bigger, it's like, for example, the album just dropping, and that's getting mixed reviews, and you got Big Sean and Metro, all that. So everybody's gonna always have an opinion on your work, and you have to take the good and the bad. And
then that don't really take away from how good you are. Just because Eminem album was okay, don't mean he's not a great lyricist. He's still great, or whoever it is. You know, it don't take away from your artistry. You know, just opinion. All right, so let's talk about the Stop the Violence event. Like, what feedback did you get from that event? Like, what was you looking to accomplish when you put that together? Like, any good positive feedback? Like, you know, just the people within the community, or what they wanted you to do? Or?
It was because I grew up over that side of town. It was supposed to be just one event, and then from the first event, we had different speakers out there, and then everybody wanted me to do another one. So I was like, okay, because the first event, I put everything together by myself. I had the vendors come out, and then I had the different speakers come out, and then I had the things for the kids. Then we had the graffiti on the ground that like sketched out by like bodies when like someone gets shot, how they sketched out, just to showcase, the violence. And it was good feedback because everyone loved like everybody coming together from the hip hop artists in the community, because most of the hip hop artists get like a bad light from the community because they think like they're rapping about violence. 50% of the people that perform like conscious music about Stop the Violence. Palette Talk, he performed a Stop the Violence song, and that was like everyone loved that song because it fit like with the energy of the event. But everyone loved the event, and I'm planning to do about 3 more in the spring and the summertime outside to like bring the community and try to go to different neighborhoods, just not south side, try to do on the north side, and try to also collaborate with the other people out here doing Stop the Violence, because like I said, it takes a village to help the community, not just one person. So I feel like everyone need to come together and do one big event together if we could.
Yeah, true. Did you filter in the music that got performed? Like, did you hear some of the songs that was gonna be performed before they performed them? Like, somebody want to do a twerk song and you like, nah? Or...
Yeah, I tried to cut off all of the twerk songs, but I know with like and the cussing. But I know with rappers, sometimes they're used to because with the showcases out here, everything is not censored. So when you come to a event that with kids, it's kind of hard. So some of them kind of slipped up and said some words when they were supposed to censor it. But it was overall good until like the end of the night. I had one artist that just couldn't censor anything. But by that time, all the kids was going. It was just adults out. So it was pretty. It ended up being an okay event after. But yeah, I know sometimes it's hard, especially when you don't perform at a lot of events. But I think that was like a learning experience, because if you get bigger, it's going to be events where you, like Gucci Mane performed at, he went to perform at his high school, and he had to censor all of his music. So sometimes y'all know artists are going to get opportunity to perform at schools or kid events. So I felt like it was a learning experience for like some of the artists they have to censor their music at this event. So yeah, I tried to listen to some of the songs, but we had some slip ups. So, but yeah.
I know you pretty much do a lot of these events yourself. Like, what is like the thought process? Like, how much planning do you have before you put it all together? Like, any correction of errors? Like, you have a correction of errors that you have after the event? Like, what's your thought process between before, during, and after the events?
If you ask like my boyfriend or my mom, I'm always hard on myself. They were like, oh, the event was great, especially my dad, because he actually helped me put together like put up the barriers and get like everything for the Stop the Violence event, and he was out there cooking. So I was like, this is not good. He was like, look at all these people out here. So when I plan an event, I always plan about 3 to 4 months ahead, because I want to make sure I get all the kinks and stuff out. And during the event, I think everything's going wrong, but everybody else think everything's going right. I think the Stop the Violence event was the best event I did. The Give Back event concert I did, that was my first showcase. I think that could have been better. I'm gonna do another showcase going into next year. I'm gonna do a few where I'm gonna try to make it where the artists get paid for their tickets.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna try to make it free for the artists to perform. They just have to sell the tickets and they can keep their funds.
Okay.
So with planning an event, I always plan to make sure if the people performing is getting what they need. It's really not about like my brand, or it's just because I'm planning a showcase.
Yeah.
And I want to, most of them in like showcases or happen in the community. And I want to make sure the artists get their spotlight, or the vendors get, what they like, their sales, their promotion. And then I also want to make sure it's a great event for the people that's coming to see the artists or coming to buy from the vendors. So I always plan to make sure it's not about me, but it's about the other people. Gotcha. So that's why I try to plan. And then I also want to make sure I have like the right DJ, the right sounds, and the right insurance portion. Because with the Stop the Violence event, with the block party, you had to have the insurance. So now I got all of that out the way. It's just making sure everybody comes and promoting it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of stressful. Like I want to like a promotion team, but I like doing things by myself because it makes it more where I know what's going on, and I know where someone at, and I know how to construct this part. But putting together a showcase is hard, like at a venue. The Stop the Violence event was much easier, but I think I learned from my last one what not to do at my next one. So.
Okay. Do anybody like reach out to you and wanting you collab on like events they might have coming up?
Yes, I don't want to say too much because I am doing a lot of collaboration events going in 2018. A lot of people from outside the area and coming in have from DC and North Carolina have reached out to me about doing events, about bringing their artists up here and connecting artists with Richmond to do one big event. So yeah, a lot of people have reached out for Stop the Violence events, from fashion shows. So going forward in 2018, I will be doing a lot more event and collaborating with a lot more people to get a bigger expansion for the brand and other things as well.
Okay. I know on the last interview you talked about rebranding your clothing line or putting out a new clothing line. Have you made any progress with that? I see you got the shirt on right now. Can people purchase that shirt?
They can. I just did a pop-up shop here at the Manchester Gallery Sunday, December 17th. It was the end of the year sale, but we still have more shirts. Okay. Basically, it's just a redesign of the brand. It's still the same meaning: be blessed, be humble, and the meek will inherit the earth. I also did a t-shirt piece that said, "Don't forget about the lyricists."
Yeah, I remember.
Basically, we don't want to forget about the lyrics and no rapper. I'm not being biased or mumble rap or that kind of rap, but we don't want to forget about the lyrics and the poets and the rap battles and the meaning behind rapping and making a song. So I did the Don't Forget About the Lyrics shirts. They can purchase the shirts at imbspotlight.com in our shop area, or DM me or message me about the shirts. And we can do any color, any size, just let me know. But we do have some on hand right now as well.
Okay. How often would you say you track your website traffic?
All the time.
Okay.
That's like I don't know. When I wake up in the morning, I look at it. It's bad. I was told to stop doing it. I just want to know who's coming. I've had a lot of traffic coming out of New York recently. I don't know why, but I guess the way I have like my promotion site set up, because I want to gain more outside followers. It has been a lot from New York and Georgia.
Okay.
And then majority of it is from Richmond or Norfolk or Virginia Beach as well. Because I do also do write-ups on Virginia artists in Norfolk and Virginia Beach as well, especially if they send me music. And I think it's a good project. I'm gonna write up about it so you can get the traffic from Richmond, and maybe you find an artist you want to collaborate down in Virginia Beach. That's another way to market yourself as well. So yes, I check traffic all the time, because I feel like if it's not getting traffic, I have to figure out another way to bring traffic in. So I try to check traffic all the time for my website.
Now, when you say you try to figure out other ways, it's never no gossip or nothing like the shade room or anything like that. You know, it's strictly, you know, music, right?
It's music, fashion, and I do my Woman Crush Wednesday, where it's Working Women Wednesday in Richmond, where I like interview either a fashion designer, a singer, a model that I feel like been working really hard. And the last one was Neka, and then I had Endless Conceit, Neka. She has a fashion, she rebranded. I can't remember what she rebranded it to, but it's more than just fashion. And I just write about them because I feel like we need to work together, and
definitely.
I feel like sometimes the ladies get overlooked. So I just want to put them out there because we're business owners as well. So I always try to write up Working Women Wednesday every Wednesday to showcase their business as well. So I always try to use my platform to shine on other people's platforms. So just building each other. But I never do gossip. I always try to find out networking and social media, strategy to get the name out, but never gossip because I don't want to have that bad light on me.
All right, I know you're a busy person. You do a lot by yourself. Like, let's say 3 months down the line, or 6 months down the line, or a year later, if you had to have a personal assistant that can help you and take some of the workload off of you, what would you assign them to do? Like, how could a person, like, even if somebody like, let's say one intern for you, like, how could they help you, to push your brand further than what it is?
Marketing, doing write-ups on the blog. When I can't make it somewhere, they make it somewhere for me and know how to market and say the right things. I really, really want someone that can do that if they could work with me and intern or do a write-up, help me plan events, like just be my best friend for my business, but the business mindset of it. So if they will do write-ups and have the same passion up for the community in hip-hop, like I do as well. So it's just a passion to grow something and make it successful.
All right. One thing I know you big up a lot of artists out in the city. Like, who's on your playlist right now, and what does it take for an artist to grasp your attention enough for you to say, okay, I like this song, I like this artist, let me put them on my phone or wherever you listen to music on?
It depends on my feeling, how I'm feeling. I went to a couple of showcases on Monday and Tuesday, and it's a few artists. I'm trying to think. The first one would be Leo Randell. He's a story, like a story. I love story. I love like a J. Cole artist or Big Sean, where they can tell like a story, or JD. He has a song called Stick Up, and it's like a story of like the things he witnessed on living where he's from or where someone else might live. Another artist would be Palette Talk. He's another one that he has lyrics and he rap and he tells a story as well. I'm trying to think of someone else that's not a storyteller that I like. I'm trying to think, cause Debo Shakur, he make a lot of same storytelling rap, like he rap. NBT, I just met them at a showcase Monday. They're more of like the trap music, and their music I can drive to and listen to in my car as well. Like, it's something that I probably won't know being home listen to while I'm writing or doing homework, but if I'm driving, I will definitely listen to NBT. It stands for nothing but trappers. Yeah, it's catchy, but it's 3 guys there. I think their first performance was Monday, and they have so much energy. Another artist is Wells. He's currently, he's not in Virginia no more. I want to say he moved to Kansas City, but he's another person that like rap, just lyrics. He just dropped an EP. I can't remember what it's called. He just dropped it last week, but it's Wells, W-E-L-L-Z. And that's all. And Jabs and JP, their songs, Day One is still like one of my favorite songs, and Things Change. But those are all the artists I can think of right now. I listen to so many artists on a daily. Yeah. I listen to more local artists in my car or indie artists than I listen to the radio. If I'm not listening to indie artists, I'll probably listen to Jay-Z or J. Cole or Yo Gotti. So, but that's everyone I can think of right now, and that's on my playlist. But I listen to so many. And I'm always down to listen to music. They can email it, or I prefer email, because when you message me on Facebook, I lose it. Yeah, or I don't get it because my messenger don't work all the time. But if they email me at like Neka Cruz, NEKACREWS at IMBspotlight.com, I'll listen to it and respond and let you know if I like it or not, or if it's going to go my phone. So,
from your point of view, like, what do you feel like is working more like for artists, like even locally, like especially local, like EP, a song, or a full length body of work? Like, what do you prefer?
It depends on, like, if you're a new artist, I would just go with a single for a couple of months and then put out a short EP. And then because new artists, you have to get something for someone to want to, be like, listen to you. People are attracted to personality and a look now, because we in the social media era. It's not like 2002 where you hear a song on the radio, you want to listen to it. People want to see you as a person, you on social media. So I feel like if you get a single, then start doing interviews, start letting people know who you are, people will want to listen to you more, and then put out an EP. It's all about like marketing yourself. I always say stay away from like Spinnerella now, because Spinnerella is so hard to get to, and when people that don't have Spinnerella, they have to go download it, then go search for your album, mixtape, and it takes too much. I always say put it on SoundCloud, and you can just send them the link and they can click on it and play it from their phone. Or if you already are an established artist, put it on Spotify, put it on Tidal, or get a website and you can just put your music on your website, and then they can just go to your website and play your music off the website. So I always know now, because the age just changed, I would say stay away from like the mixtape sites. Not saying the mixtape sites are bad, it's just when you're a new artist, SoundCloud and other things is easy accessible to people. A lot of people don't have live mixtape or Spinnerella. And me personally, Spinnerella just takes so long to download. And then if you're talking about some people have like slight case of like ADHD, they get impatient and then they don't want to download it no more. When you can just make it easier by sending them a link and they can play the music. So it depends on what type of artist you are. If you're a new artist, I would just say a single or like an EP on SoundCloud or Tidal or Spotify or Apple Music, or on your own website.
As a businesswoman, what would you say is some of your strengths and maybe some you want to work on?
Patience. I'm not patient. My strengths are, I love networking and working with people. When I'm out and I hear someone say something about business, or I'm always will walk up to you and start talking to you and ask you about your business, then somehow segue my business in it. So I'm a big networking person. I love working with other people. I love bringing someone in, or if someone like, oh, I need a cameraman, I know a cameraman for you, or I just love networking. I'm big with networking and trying to find out, get my name out. But patience, I have to work on patience. So.
Out of a lot of people in Richmond, or just people in general, I know you like one of the most giving person, one of the most humblest person compared to a lot of people. A lot of people, like, you going on there, like, tag some of your favorite graphic designers, or tag some of your favorite artists. You're always bigging up artists, different people. Like, do you get that a lot? And how does that make you feel? And did that like start like from when you was little, you know, you was always like that? Is it personality wise or just?
I was very shy.
Okay.
I think a few years ago, I just started, you know, breaking out my shell. But I've always been like a giving person.
Yeah.
I think I get that from my dad because he used to do like free haircuts on. We lived on Stockton Street. Everyone knows everyone in like that year or age range knows my dad in this area. And when I walk around, they say, "Oh, you're Nelson's daughter." So my dad always would give back. He would always do free haircuts for the kids. And I think I get that from my dad because he always want to give back. He'll probably, if you cold, give the coat off your back if you need it. But being out there, I was always to myself. When I was in high school, I started doing a yearbook, and I think that's when I started trying to talk to people. I always want to put something together. I've always been like, I want to put this together. I want to write about this. So I think from talking, I worked my way up to start talking to people and just helping people, because it's always been in me to help people as well. So the helping part always been, and giving back always been something. But the talking, I never really liked people till like the end of my 11th grade year in high school. Like I never really wanted to talk to people. I didn't want to be in high school until I my English teacher was like, you should do the yearbook. So I became like the chief editor for a yearbook. So I ended up going to all the sports events, to talking to people, collecting photos, and now I like doing this, and I like talking about media and putting stuff together. So I think from the 11th grade and up, and then doing stuff, I started doing stuff with certain clubs. I started doing like cheap graphics for certain clubs. So it was like a networking thing. But yeah, the giving part always been, but the people, I didn't like people. I didn't like people. I think that just grew with me. It's something that grew with my personality.
I know on the last event the last interview we did, you talked about not really going out to showcases, but based on what we talked about so far, it seems like you out there more. Like if it's an artist, like say you might not have never met them, but you respect their music, you like their music. I know you say you're not really the type to like talking to people. Are you getting to the point, or are you at the point where you say, hey, that was a dope song you performed, or that was a dope project you put out, I checked it out, I like it? Or you just maybe wait for them to come to you and, hey, that's Neka, let me say something to her? Or?
No, I actually go up to the artist. If it's an artist I don't know, I go up to them like, what's your name? That song was really dope. I want to listen to more. I actually go up to them, because some people don't know me, and some people know me from social media, because I go out. I don't go out all the time. I go out to certain events. Like the last 2 events, I went to Van Silk event yesterday. He had like he does showcase all the time. And then I went to Clark Major and J Splash event. That was Monday. I did a write-up about it on the DMV Daily. And because of what really made me go out to the event is the lineup of artists. So, and then if I heard about artists I want to hear and see perform, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to this event and see what he's really doing, what she's really doing. It's iffy for me going out, because I'm not a go out person, but I always would go up to the artists and let them know because artists need that. They want to know, especially if they're first time performing, they want to know if their performance was good or bad. And I do, like, if I think someone's performance was like, and they asked me about it, I let them know, I was like, yeah, I really couldn't hear you when you was rapping, so I really wasn't extreme about your performance. I really didn't like the performance. So yeah, it's like I go up to all the artists. I walk up. I'm not scared to walk up to no one. I've been told, don't tell me that. One time when I walked up to the artist, I've been told like, well, you're not the only one here type thing. So I mean, it don't faze me at the end of the day, because I still want to give my opinion. And sometimes, a lot of times, people come up to ask me like, hey, how my performance was. So, and it's kind of like a hit or miss with it, but sometimes I just stand back and watch depending, and sometimes I just go up. So I know the article I did on Monday, a lot of people know I wasn't gonna write about it, because that Monday I didn't go up to any of the artists, because I wanted to write my opinion out on the website and know how to read about it. But most of the artists at the showcase did a pretty good job. I only wrote about 5 because it was the 5 that really stand out and gave like an amazing performance. So, but if anyone had like questions or why I didn't write about it, they can always message me like, hey, what happened? And I'll let them know why. So, but that's basically it with like walking up to people.
Yeah. How much time and effort do you put into like writing up write-ups and stuff for different artists? Like you said the last one you wrote, talked about 5 different artists. Like how much time do you put into that?
Well, when I was at the show, I was writing.
Yeah, so you remember certain stuff?
Yeah, after each performance. And then that night I got back home and wrote up everything. And then I redid it that morning, then put it out at 3 o'clock. So it depends because some things is really simple. But if it's like a review, it probably take me 2 or 3 days because I will keep listening to the album over and try to figure out, do I really want to write about this song or do I really like this song? And it's just depending on how in depth I want to go with the review. I haven't did a review recently. I do have one dropping Friday on an artist. I don't want to let him know because it's a surprise because you know, I get things. But I try to do like surprise articles because I don't want them to know. But if you want me to review it, you can message me. I listen to it and I review it. But I like to do surprises so the artist is like, oh, I'm gonna go read about it. So stuff like that. I think that make you feel like good at an artist knowing that someone actually took the time to write about your music. So that's what I try to really do with my articles.
I'm gonna ask you this. Like, I know everybody's different with consuming music. Like for you personally, like say you hear a project, how long does it take you to form an actual opinion of it? Because sometimes we skim through songs and it's okay, but then when you go back and listen to it and really listen to it, then you might have a greater opinion than what you normally had when you first listened to it.
I'm a skimmer, so I jump from I'll start with the last song, which is weird. I don't start with the intro. I'll start with the last song to see how you end it, and then the second time I'll start with the intro. But it probably take me about 2 or 3 listens before I get an opinion on it, and that's what. Like when an artist send me an album and then they ask me about the end of the night how you like the album, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to.
Like you just sent it to me this morning, so I don't know, or I probably haven't had a chance to listen to it. But it takes about 2 or 3 days to really get a good opinion if I like the song or if I like the album or not. If you send me a song, I listen to like 2 or 3 times a day and I know if I like it or not. But a full EP with 11 to 15 songs, that's gonna take me a minute just to let me know if I like it or not.
Yeah, I still ain't listening to Chris Brown CD.
I only like got 10 songs into it. It's too much. Don't send me no album 42. It's gonna be a month before I get back to you on that one.
What's your goals for next year? Like, what you got planned out?
I'm going to do more things for artists, and I'm going to do more things for a hair brand. I want to go out of state. That's something really big I have planned and trying to go to different states. And also just continue to build the brand, but I'm trying to go out of states and do a lot of promotion out of state.
Would you ever want to write for like a big company, let's say like Vibe or Complex?
I would. I wouldn't do it now because I'm still working, but like about 2 years from now, probably so.
Any last words or anything you want to say?
Just follow the brand. Look out for the things I have coming for 2018. It's a lot. Be patient. Just follow the brand at Inherit Brand LLC and go to our website and subscribe to our email list because everything that I'm going to have coming up, I'm going to be showing out emails. So if you go to IMB Spotlight, IMBSpotlight.com and scroll down and subscribe to our mailing list, you can keep up to date with everything. And also follow me on Instagram at Neka, Neka, N-E-K-K-E.
I'll put it on the video.
Awesome. And that's it.
I have a question. Do you have like a specific genre of artists that you critique? Like say if a jazz artist wanted you to listen to their music, like what would you do?
No, because I don't. It's just the area I'm in is like filled with hip hop artists. I wish I had like more singers and jazz artists. Recently I had a rock man that emailed me. It was like, can you listen to my music? And I love his album because I love all type of music. I grew up in a music household, so no, I don't. I listen to everything.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just this area is so filled with, well, I think it's where I'm at. It just feels so full of hip hop artists, but I want to have more type of genre of music on the site because it's make it easy for me to brand as well.